Gate of Thunder? F***ing awesome. Well, what else is there to say, really? The game is just... You want to see more, huh? Even though I just gave it all away already? Okay. Gate of Thunder is a horizontal shooter developed by Hudson Soft and Red. It was one of the pack-in games for the Turbo Duo, and you could also get it with the original Super System card. For many people, it was the first introduction to the new Super CD format. I know that was the case for me, and I'm pretty thankful. The CD was called a 3-in-1 disc, and at startup, Bonk introduced a selection screen.
Bonk.
Along with Gate of Thunder, you could also choose between Bonk's Adventure or Bonk's Revenge.
Bonk's Adventure.
Both of which were identical versions of the original Turbo Chip games. In fact, the disc came with manuals for both. There was also a secret hidden Bomberman, but it's a secret, so I'm not going to tell you how to access it. No, don't even ask.
Gate of Thunder.
Gate of Thunder begins with some really awesome animated sequences and some really awesome music. There are only 2 cutscenes, at the start and at the end, but they're both great. You are immediately bombarded with enemies, multi-scrolling backgrounds, multiple locations and explosions. Yeah, pretty much everything you could want. Collecting a unit awards power-ups, including the Laser Beam, blue, Waves, green, and Earthquake, red. Each of these has 2 different stages, and options appear which can be spun around to attack from behind. You can possess multiple weapons and switch immediately whenever you want. You can also collect high-speed missiles and shields, allotting for a few extra hits. Is that all? Nope. Once weapons are maxed, collecting a unit shoots a mega super death thing across the screen, destroying a ton of stuff all at once. Nice. The game has a good length with 7 stages, and trust me, things get a tad nutty after the 5th. I am very happy for the extra lives awarded at certain point values. This gives the score counter a purpose, and shooting a ton of enemies increases it fast. The game is very diverse with many locations and obstacles. Something always changes or morphs, adding a lot of new things to see. Areas switch from rock faces to mechanical mazes to biomechanical designs. Stage obstacles include flames, attacking background panels, claws shooting from the ground, stuff coming out of doorways, random missiles, stationary lasers. Man! And if you're claustrophobic, the game will drive you crazy, as things tend to close in really tight. Gate of Thunder shows off the Super CD technology pretty well, with bright and wonderful colors, great detail, and awesome designs. The game never seemed to slow down or flicker, even with a ton of enemies and bullets on the screen. The music is fantastic, and the variety of sampled sounds and explosions is great. They spent a lot of time mixing things up. The look and sound? No complaints. Everything control-wise is pretty solid. The hunting dog fighter plane moves smooth, and hitting select changes the speed by a few levels so you can customize it to your liking. Button 1 switches weapons with ease, Button 2 continuously fires, and giving it a quick tap swaps the direction of the options. Now, if I'm being really picky, there were times the tap didn't seem to work and I had to do it a second time, but these were very minor occasions. Overall, it controls exactly as you would want a horizontal shooter to, well, control. Gate of Thunder has a lot of diversity, and in some ways is almost over the top. In fact, some minor enemies seem like bosses. They're not, they're just intimidating. The bosses themselves are really unique and have fun patterns. Now, in normal mode, you can decipher those patterns easily, especially if you're fully powered. In many ways, normal is more for training, preparing you for the hard mode, which to me is the true game. You see, hard mode has more enemies, more bullets, and slightly faster everything. Most notably, the end bosses have a lot more attacks and trickier patterns. Here is normal mode with this boss, and here is hard mode with this boss. See? Hard requires more planning and skill, and will take your stock of 7 continues away much faster. Up for even more punishment, there is also devil mode. Yikes. Well, I'm sure you can tell I love Gate of Thunder. Everything is spicy and new, and the game feels fresh and unique. It changes things up often and really adds an exciting amount of goodies into a horizontal shooter. It was a great game to show off the Super CD, and it pushes the hardware quite far, at least in terms of this kind of genre. I highly recommend it for shoot 'em up fans. A true explosive favorite.
Stay clear.
You know, we might as well keep the verdict short. 5 out of 5 for Gate of Thunder. One of the best. Let me end this as I began. F***ing awesome.